Many older adults continue to follow long-held eating habits, thinking, "I've eaten this way my whole life, nothing's ever happened." But the truth is, some foods once considered nutritious, or at least harmless, can actually become harmful when combined the wrong way or consumed too frequently over time. They can gradually contribute to cellular stress, chronic inflammation, and eventually increase the risk of cancer. The problem is that these small mistakes don't cause symptoms right away. They're silent, repeated day after day, like a steady drip of water, until the body can no longer repair itself. In this video, I'll share 4 eating habits that may seem harmless, but according to nutrition and oncology experts, should be reconsidered by older adults. Not to scare you, but to give you the knowledge you need to decide what's truly best for your body. And if you stay until the end, I'll also share a simple principle, one many doctors recommend, that allows you to reduce inflammation, lower cancer risk, and stay healthier after 60 without having to follow any extreme or restrictive diets. Because sometimes, learning just one thing early can change the entire course of your health down the road. If you're enjoying this content, comment 1 below to let me know you're here. If not, comment 0, and I'll work harder to bring you even better content. Now, let's start it. Mistake 1. Drinking orange juice or fruit juice immediately after eating starchy foods or processed meats. This is a very common habit, especially among older adults at breakfast, having an egg sandwich or toast with some cold cuts, followed by a glass of orange juice. It sounds reasonable and well-balanced, right? But in reality, this combination may be triggering a reaction that few people are aware of. According to recent studies, consuming a large amount of natural sugars from fruit juice, especially prepackaged or concentrated varieties, right after eating foods rich in protein or refined carbs, can cause a sugar surge, just as the body is busy digesting fats and proteins. This leads to a sharper rise in blood sugar, increased oxidative stress, low-grade inflammation, and the formation of glycation end products, compounds linked to cellular aging and DNA damage, which are known risk factors for cancer. In addition, nitrates found in processed meats like sausage and deli slices can react with the natural acidity of orange juice or other citrus-based drinks, forming nitrosamines, a group of compounds classified by the World Health Organization, WHO, as potentially cancer-causing in humans. The concern is that many older adults view this as a healthy European-style breakfast, especially when the juice is labeled 100% natural or no added sugar. But in reality, the high fructose load from fruit juice, when paired with salty, fatty, or processed foods, is a silent recipe for long-term cellular stress. The good news is that you don't need to give up your favorite foods entirely. A simple adjustment is to separate fruit juice from your main meal by at least 30 to 60 minutes, or opt for eating whole fruit segments instead, which provide fiber to help slow sugar absorption. As for deli meats or refined carbs, try reducing how often you consume them, and instead opt for boiled eggs, whole grains, or dark rye bread, options that keep you full longer and help stabilize blood sugar. These small but consistent changes can ease the inflammatory burden on your body and support healthier cell function, especially after age 60, when the body becomes more sensitive to what we consume. And if you realize you followed this habit before, don't worry. It's never too late to make a change. Every food choice you make this morning is a way of rewriting your health story for tomorrow. Mistake 2. Eating fruit right after a main meal. Many older adults have a habit of eating fruit right after a meal as a natural dessert. From bananas, watermelon, apples, to mangoes and grapes, it's common to see a colorful fruit platter brought out as soon as the last spoonful of rice is finished. At first glance, this seems like a healthy routine. Fruit is nutritious, rich in vitamins, and easy to eat. But the issue doesn't lie in the fruit itself. It lies in the timing. After a meal rich in starches, proteins, and fats, The stomach is already working hard to digest a complex mix of foods. If you immediately add fruit, especially those high in natural sugars and mild acids, the sugars may get trapped in the stomach with the slower digesting meal, leading to fermentation, gas, and digestive disruption. In older adults, digestion naturally slows down. There's less stomach acid, weaker gut motility, and a more delicate digestive lining. That's why symptoms like bloating, gas, acid reflux, or mild diarrhea after fruit-heavy meals are common, yet often dismissed as normal. However, what's less known is that when this pattern happens frequently, it can damage the lining of the stomach and intestines, leading to chronic inflammation, one of the underlying factors linked to gastric or colon cancer in older individuals. Another important point is that certain fruits, like ripe papaya, pineapple, or kiwi, have strong bioactive properties that can increase the absorption of certain toxins from poorly cooked or preserved foods when they remain in the stomach together for too long. This doesn't mean seniors should avoid fruit, quite the opposite. Fruit is essential, but the right way to enjoy it is at least 1 hour apart from main meals, ideally mid-morning or mid-afternoon. Eating fruit on a not too full stomach helps with better vitamin absorption, avoids interfering with digestive enzymes, and supports a healthy gut microbiome. If you're used to having fruit right after meals, you can start by eating just a few small bites, then gradually shift to enjoying fruit as a separate snack. It's not a drastic change, but when repeated consistently, it can ease the burden on your digestive system and help it stay resilient against the subtle changes that come with aging. As one expert once said, "It's not just what you eat, it's when and how your body processes it that truly determines your health." Mistake 3. Drinking green tea or coffee right after a high-protein meal or taking supplements. For many older adults, ending a meal with a cup of tea or coffee is an almost unshakable habit. The warm, aromatic sensation after eating can feel relaxing and comforting. Some even believe that tea cleanses the gut, while coffee aids digestion. But what few people realize is that drinking green tea or coffee immediately after a protein-rich meal, especially when taking supplements like iron, calcium, or zinc, can actually be counterproductive. The reason lies in the compounds found in these beverages. Green tea contains a high level of tannins, a type of polyphenol that can inhibit the absorption of iron and protein from food. When consumed right after a meal, particularly one that includes red meat or fish, these tannins bind to non-heme iron, the kind found in vegetables, grains, and supplements, forming compounds that are difficult for the body to absorb. Over time, this may contribute to anemia, fatigue, weakened immunity, and even impaired cognitive function, a concerning issue for older adults. Similarly, coffee contains caffeine and certain organic acids that can reduce calcium absorption in the small intestine and increase calcium excretion through urine. For older individuals who are already at higher risk of osteoporosis, drinking coffee too close to meals, especially after taking calcium supplements, can significantly reduce the supplement's effectiveness. Additionally, coffee after meals can stimulate excess acid production in the stomach, irritating the lining and increasing the risk of gastritis or ulcers, especially in those with a history of acid reflux or stomach issues. The challenge is that these effects don't appear immediately, making them easy to overlook. People still feel fine and eat well, until one day, lab results reveal low iron levels, decreased bone density, or chronic inflammation in the digestive tract. So, what's the solution? There's no need to give up tea or coffee entirely. Simply adjust the timing. Wait at least 1 to 2 hours after a main meal, or after taking supplements before enjoying your drink. Alternatively, consider switching to gentler herbal teas like ginger or chamomile, which are lower in tannins and less likely to interfere with nutrient absorption. Health in older age is like a finely balanced scale. A small change, if made at the right time in the right way, can help maintain that balance far more effectively. And sometimes all it takes is postponing that cup of tea by just 1 hour to make a real difference. Mistake 4. Reheating cooking oil over and over again, especially when frying multiple times. In many kitchens, especially among older adults who lived through times of scarcity, the habit of saving used cooking oil has become second nature. A pan of oil that was just used to fry fish, if it still looks clear, without blackened bits or burnt smell, is often considered still good. It might be used for stir-frying dinner later, or even stored in a jar to be reused the next day. Some see it as a wise, frugal practice, a mark of seasoned homemaking. But the truth is, this seemingly harmless habit could be silently harming your health, especially in older age. When cooking oil is heated to high temperatures during frying, its fat molecules break down, creating compounds that the body neither needs nor handles well. Reused oil, especially when heated multiple times, produces increasing amounts of harmful substances like aldehydes, acrolein, and free radicals. These compounds not only irritate the digestive system, but also contribute to chronic inflammation, damage cell membranes, and disrupt DNA structures, underlying factors linked to many chronic diseases, including gastrointestinal cancers. Recent studies have shown a correlation between the consumption of food cooked in reused oil and a higher risk of cancers, particularly of the liver, colon, and pancreas. The concern is even greater for older adults, whose detoxification systems and cellular repair mechanisms naturally slow with age. When the body is repeatedly exposed to toxic byproducts from degraded oil, it loses the ability to heal itself efficiently. What starts as silent, symptomless damage can accumulate over the years, often only discovered when the illness has already taken hold. What I want to emphasize is this: no one is wrong for trying to be resourceful or for making the most out of what's in the kitchen. But if there's one thing worth investing in for your health, it's the quality of the oil you use and how you use it. Reheating old oil may save a few cents today, but it could quietly cost you your health tomorrow, a price far too steep, especially as the years go on. Changing this habit is not difficult. Start with a simple decision: never reuse oil that has been used for frying, not even once. Don't pour it into a bottle to save for later. Instead, choose boiling, steaming, or sautéing with just enough fresh oil for one-time use. It might feel wasteful at first, but it's the kind of waste that protects your liver, your stomach, and the cells in your body that need rest after so many years of working hard. Growing older should be a time for your body to recover, not to keep enduring avoidable harm. And sometimes, a small shift, like saying goodbye to reused oil, can be the first step on a whole new path to better health. Mistake 5. Eating yogurt or fermented fruit right after a late dinner. Yogurt has long been considered a digestive-friendly food, known for adding beneficial bacteria and supporting the immune system. Fermented fruits, like pickled vegetables, kimchi, or raisins, are often praised for their enzymes, antioxidants, and even as longevity secrets in many cultures. That's why many older adults have developed the habit of enjoying a small cup of yogurt or a bit of fermented fruit after dinner, sometimes even right before bed, hoping to aid digestion and improve sleep. But few realize that the timing of these fermented foods, if misaligned, can actually backfire. As we age, especially after 60, the body begins to recalibrate many natural rhythms, including digestion and nighttime metabolism. After dinner, the stomach and intestines shift their focus to processing the main meal, while the liver and kidneys begin transitioning into repair and detox mode. Consuming fermented foods during this time, especially yogurt with lactic acid or fruits high in fructose, can stimulate the stomach to produce more acid, triggering extra digestive activity just when the body needs to wind down. This can lead to bloating, gas, disturbed sleep, and over time, even chronic gastritis or nighttime digestive disorders, conditions that are common but often mistaken as simple signs of aging. What's more, many commercial yogurts or packaged fermented fruits contain added sugars. When consumed in the evening, this sugar intake can cause a slight spike in insulin, which interferes with melatonin production, the hormone responsible for regulating sleep. For older adults, who may already struggle with sleep, this subtle disruption can lead to restless nights. Over time, it can also affect glucose metabolism, increasing the risk of metabolic syndrome and insulin-related cancers. This isn't to say fermented foods aren't beneficial. They are. But it's important to understand what your body needs and when. For seniors, healthy eating isn't just about what you eat, but also about when you eat it. If you enjoy yogurt or fermented fruits, try having them in the morning or mid-afternoon when your digestive system is more alert and your body can put that energy to good use. Try to avoid consuming them after 7 p.m., especially if your dinner already included protein and starch. Small shifts like this, just changing the timing of a food, can often bring more lasting health benefits than adding new supplements or medications. And more importantly, it's a way of working with your body, not against it, giving it the chance to rest when it needs to, rather than asking it to keep working through the night. What makes these habits dangerous isn't that they're extreme, it's that they're so familiar. Because they're familiar, we rarely question them. Because we assume they're good, we don't see any reason to change. But when it comes to health, especially in our later years, it's not the big things that matter most. It's the small, repeated choices we make each day, often without even realizing it. If you recognize that you've followed one of these habits, don't panic or blame yourself. None of us can change the past, but every one of us can adjust what we do today to live healthier and feel lighter from this moment on. Because sometimes just one small change today can lead to a big difference in the future. And if you found the information in this video helpful, please consider sharing it with your loved ones and friends, especially those who may be holding on to these habits simply because no one ever told them otherwise. Don't forget to click like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss upcoming content, where I'll continue sharing practical, easy-to-apply tips to help you feel more at ease and confident in your health as you age. Thank you for staying with me until the very end. I wish you safe eating, strong health, and a deeper understanding of your body each day.